Hi, wine lovers. I'm Jamie Lee from jamiewineliving.com, and I've decided to put together some short, fun educational videos for my friends and followers on social media. I asked you guys to email me or post on social media some questions that you'd like for me to answer on video. So I'm going to start off today with the number one question. Quite a few people asked me this question, so that's why I decided to go with this one as the first one. So this question comes from Chelsea, Annie, and Liliana. All three of you asked me this question. And the question is, what happens when you open a bottle of wine and you have a glass or two, and um, how do you save it? How do you make sure the wine stays good for as long as possible? Um, for those of you who are not complete alcoholics and cannot polish off a bottle of wine on your own. So I will tell you, I mean, the best way to save wine is with a Vacu Vin wine saver. You can buy this on Amazon. It's like $13 with Prime shipping. And basically, it'll come with this and two of these. And you can order more. I have. You can just order replacements for these so you can save a bunch of wine at once. So basically, it's a wine stopper and it sucks all the air from inside the bottle. So you would just put it on here and you pump until you cannot pump it anymore, basically. When you've only taken a little bit out of the bottle, this process will be very quick. Sorry, I was getting a phone call. um, yeah, so if you've only had like a little bit of the wine out of the bottle, this should take like 2 seconds. But the more you drank out of the bottle, the more air is inside, so it'll take you a little bit longer to pump it out. And I just keep pressing down and pump until I can't quite do it anymore, and then it's good. Um, and then with red wine, you can just leave it on the counter, but you're supposed to put it in like a cool, dark place. And if it's a white wine, pop it in the fridge. So if you don't have one of these wine savers, which I highly recommend you getting one because they're very useful. But if you don't have one and you're curious about how long a wine will last without using the Vacu Vin wine saver, um, I would say that if you're doing sparkling wine or champagne, that'll last you 24 to 48 hours. The main thing with that is it has carbonation in it. So once the bubbles are gone, then it's just flat and doesn't taste good anymore and it's garbage. If it's like a lighter white wine, like a Pinot Grigio or a Sauvignon Blanc or a Rosé, just put the cork in it, put it in the refrigerator, and that'll last you about a week. If you're drinking a heavier wine, like a heavier white wine, Chardonnay, or a red wine, you put the cork in it, and obviously if it's white wine, back in the fridge, and if it's red wine, a cool dark place is best, but I know a lot of people just keep it on their counter. And that'll last you, I would say, about 3 to 5 days. And the general rule is it's gonna last longer if the red wine is like heavier. Like if you have a Cabernet or a Bordeaux, it might actually taste better having it open for a few days. And if you have a lighter red wine like a Pinot Noir, that's not going to last as long. So I would say 3 days max for a Pinot Noir. Well, I hope that answered your question, and keep the questions coming. If you'd like to know anything else about wine, just email me at jamie@jamiewineliving.com, or you can visit my website, jamiewineliving.com, and hope you enjoyed the video, and there's going to be many more to come. Thanks for watching. I forgot to add some important information about the Vacu Vin. I never touched on how long the wine would last if you use the Vacu Vin. So the Vacu Vin is awesome because since you're taking the air out of the bottle of wine, it'll probably extend the shelf life of the open bottle about double of what I told you about how long the wine will last with just a cork in it. So it's a great, cheap investment to get one of these Vacu Vins.